Jayhawks were looking to make it 3 wins in a row. And let's start early in the 3rd minute of the match. Grace Hagan steals the ball from the Rouge. She gets it to Ashley Merrick on the wing, who's going to see an opportunity to get it into the box.
And Katie trying to capitalize on those offense opportunities early, something they struggled with all season long.
Later, Grace Hagan has the awareness to box out her defender. She gets it to Jackie Georgelis.
And that's the first of 2 assists on the night for Georgelis, setting up Katie McClure, the freshman, for her 4th goal on the season.
Later in the half, 29th minute, coming off the foul, Jackie Georgelis gets her 2nd assist on the night on the cross to Sophie Meyerhofer, who gets her 1st career goal.
Let's take another look at this one, kind of slowing it down a little bit as we see that the UMKC goaltender, if she just stayed in her position originally, she would have been able to save that one, but instead it tips off her glove and over the net for a KU goal.
Let's move now into the 2nd half. Reagan Gibbs takes over from Maddie Dobbins at goal, but a continuing theme, the goalkeeping stays solid.
And great goalie play of the season, 4 on the night for the Jayhawks.
Later, Grace Hagan in the 89th minute will make her presence felt yet again. She gets the ball back to Jackie Georgelis, who scores a very surprising goal.
And so good, let's look at it again. 30 yards away, she fires it into the net, and it tops off a solid offensive performance for the Jayhawks on Sunday night.
After the game, Jackie Georgelis and coach Mark Francis were very pleased about the offensive performance, improved offensive performance, and they talked about it after the game.
Yeah, I think we had a lot more space in the midfield, so it was a lot easier to go forward. So I felt, even on Katie's goal, I felt like I was in a lot more scoring opportunities this game. So it was physical because it was hard to move the ball on this bumpy surface. So the touches were a little off than normal, but I think it was good. We won every 50-50 ball, and that's what made us win the game.
No, we've worked on it a lot. Yeah, we've spent a lot of time, and every day in training we're doing something relative to attacking for some portion of training. So, eventually you hope that's going to pay off, and it is. We scored 2 goals Friday and 3 goals today.
So something that we've talked about with soccer, even all the way to last season, is shots on goal. It feels like the attempts are always there, but then they can't get any in the goal. Obviously, this past weekend, was not the case. They got 3 goals in the net. But do you think with the way that they're playing, is that good that they're playing in a style that they want more attempts?
Well, it kind of depends on how the coaching staff is. Coach Francis loves to play an English type of style of soccer, which is you have to get a lot of chances on goal. And if you can create chances, then it's good for the team. But really what's successful in soccer is the way a lot of teams in the Champions League play, especially those Real Madrid and Barca teams. They put shots on goal, but they're good shots on goal, and that creates more opportunities.
But I think it's a little encouraging that they have gotten so many opportunities. It would be more worrisome to me that if they didn't have very many opportunities, because you can definitely work on finishing at the net. That's a simpler process, fewer mechanical issues to work out with to finish at the net than having to figure out what offensive idea it is to make more chances. So, although to your point, it's a little worrisome that they've missed so many, I think they'll be able to fix it easier than if they didn't have any chances.
Right, exactly, because we saw last season they had state-of-the-art forwards and they just couldn't complete it. But last night we saw the ladies surprise goals, taking every advantage of that. So hopefully what they're doing with Coach Francis's program is hopefully getting that better, because if that's what he wants to stick with, I think he's done well. So hopefully that'll work out. But looking ahead for soccer, their opponents, Pepperdine, UNC, Auburn. What are you guys thinking about those matchups?
Well, this is going to be a tough schedule for them, going out to California, having to travel this weekend, playing USC, a very good team. They beat North Carolina, who was the national champion in women's soccer last year. So a tough test will be a good test for this young team.
Yeah, and then after that, Pepperdine, who's 4-2, they have one ranked win. That's against Arizona in week 1. Both teams that we mentioned have a player, Alex Anthony, for USC, and Riley Baston for Pepperdine, who have 4 goals, and 2 assists, totaling 10 points on the season.
Looking ahead to that last Big 12, that first Big 12 game against Texas Tech, that's a rematch of the Big 12 championship game from last season, so another intriguing matchup as well.
Right, exactly. So a lot to look forward to for the Jayhawks, hopefully ending positively, getting those shots on goal. Ladies of the Fall is kind of the trend here at KU. We are definitely dominating. I'm proud to be a chick who goes to KU for sure. We're talking about volleyball. More ladies who dominate. Up next.